Welcome back to Viva Betty. I'm Mark.
I'm Anna.
And we are back with Becki Newton. I mean, we're going to talk fashions. We're going to talk walking in heels or not being able to walk
How did
in
she get
heels.
that iconic walk?
Well, we're going to find out. And just the entire Amanda disposition that you guys love so much. So, welcome.
Was Amanda based on it? Like, did you pull from anyone you know? Was there
I just
sort of
felt like most
or
people, she's everyone. Because especially I was in audition world in New York and LA. So women in their early 20s who are anyone, when we walk into rooms, we all bring a certain, especially actors who are trying to present something. Like we all we put that mask on, put our lipstick on, and we go in. And I just been in so many waiting rooms in the couple years leading up to my time on Ugly Betty that I loved watching how people acted when they're nervous. And some people just fall apart and you're like, oh, never mind anyway. But then what always intrigued me was the overcompensating. There's always someone who's talking too loudly, who's someone's like, ha 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 ha, about something that's not even on their phone.
Right.
So I think that behavior, that nervous, kind of trying to intimidate, I found it so fascinating, and it always made me want to hug someone. And I think that's where I kind of found Amanda was like, no matter how mean or whatever she's doing, you're like, oh, that poor thing. She either needs a hamburger or she needs a hug. But and then she'll calm down, right? It's like,
or both.
But and I do think, and I, now I have children. When someone's nasty at school to my daughters in middle school, I'm like, yeah, they probably just had a really bad day before that. It doesn't go very far in middle school dynamics, but I do think in general, the softness for even the hard characters, like think of Wilhelmina.
Yeah.
She was hateful. Like the things she was doing were horrible, but there was always something we understood about her or could relate to.
But that's interesting that you say that, because I think that one of the scenes that I don't know what episode it's in, to be honest, but when you're crying in the bathroom and you're talking to Betty and about Daniel, and you wipe your tears and you have this beautiful, lovely kind of vulnerable scene and pour your soul out and just kind of vomit it all out. But then after, you're like, you never heard this and this never happened.
We never had this conversation.
And it's kind of, I feel like Amanda is one of the archetypes of like the pick-me girl in season 1.
Yes.
Absolutely. Of just like, please, like that's all that she thought that she had to give. Yeah. And obviously, I haven't seen the rest of the series, but I was there. Amanda is like not, has a very
but I loved it
too
because there's the episode that where you are vying for Betty's role because Betty's moving into Sophia's,
right?
And you just like pull it together, and you're like the best assistant ever, and you're amazing and super capable.
Yeah, I think there were always glimpses of like just when we thought that she's just kind of an idiot. I think in the beginning, she wanted the job just simply because she didn't think Betty should get it. But we start to see that there's and some of this came from Betty, like seeing that, wait, I actually might have something to offer. I actually might have a fashion style. All of these things that she was playing at. Yeah. She actually sort of found them in herself as well. So again, that's all writing though. Like the writing allowed for that. It was all there, and I just got to do it.
So good.
Speaking
I defer.
No, just because like the writing, of course, but your physicality in the show.
Because I couldn't walk in my shoes. Like that's
okay. This is the question I was going to ask.
Because my biggest thing, and we've talked about it on the pod, I'm like, where did Becki come up with like the walk?
I had never in my life worn high heels. Again, this is where like Amanda pretending to be Amanda, it was me going like, I can walk in heels, right? Everything came from this place of I was not a fashion-y person. I like cool clothes, but that's not the same. Like I went to vintage stores and flea markets and put together cool outfits for auditions, but I'd never worn a Gucci dress in my life. Never mind heels that were this high. I think in my fittings, I think the idea was this girl was going to wear super high heels and super chic clothing. where I met that was that, oh, that's new for me, but I have to overcompensate and act like I've done this before. So these heels, when I was walking and running, I didn't think it looked weird. I thought it looked normal. So that was me. It's like, you think of like a deer learning to walk.
It's so crazy because it's so camp. And
It's camp,
everyone does
but
it.
it's so
Everyone
funny because I really was like, is this what people do? Run. And then I put my hands there all
Well,
the
you
time.
had like the arm
But
sway.
everyone, like every single fashion show that I've seen since, there has been an Amanda.
That's so, right, because I was lucky enough to get a part that allowed for the commentary. I didn't have to do the heavy emotional lifting that you guys had to do all the time. In the beginning, I got to run through frame in my super high heels, fall over, say something mean. And that gave me this great, I got to watch everybody in action. So like my training was just being on that set.
Yeah.
And of course it feels good when people laugh at you and say, oh my God, that outfit's amazing. You're so funny. But 4 years of getting to watch you guys, I learned more than I ever would have learned in an acting class or anything like that. So when I was given these emotional things that I'd never done before, but still got to wear the crazy high heels, this character was just this alchemy of so many things I got to do at once. And I'm just so grateful it worked.
And it's just like sort of.
And even when it didn't work, we could call that part of Amanda. Right? So like Amanda, not
but
the
you
heels.
established that though.
Right.
Like,
but
that was your by design for you.
But I wasn't 22 or however old I was going, here's how this is going to go down.
Right,
I was literally every day like, please make this work. Please. And that I believe is the attitude that somehow filtered through Amanda of like, this is working right. This is working right. In her relationships, in her work ethic, like just a little bit of overcompensating, praying that it works, praying no one sees who she really is deep down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was going through. So I always think like, I got really lucky. I loved the part. And I hope that I learned as I went along. And I really believe that I did.
Perfect sort of alchemy.
A perfect alchemy.
Yeah, exactly.
That I'm so grateful.
Were you, because the the thing is that like the first season, we're going through all the, we have a whole fashion
oh Lord.
So segment, and like a lot of it was really tragic and insane.
Yes.
But
a lot of it.
My
shit was crazy.
I wasn't wearing pants for half of it. Like, remember
the
shorts? I was like, I am not wearing pants.
This is what we wanted to. How involved were you in it? Because your fashion, for us, at least in the first, these first episodes,
it makes
you're
sense
the highlight
for the
us.
time in which it happened.
Yes.
And I really said to Anna before when we were walking here that I was like, I wanted to wear like really short shorts and long sleeves.
Yeah, there were 15 layers up here and just like
and
not
just
really
and panties.
Like barely. It's funny because again, I was so removed from the fashion world that if you put me in those little tiny shorts and said, this is the height of fashion, I was like, okay, I believe you. Much like Amanda did, right? Amanda's like, you tell me this is fashion, it's fashion. So my disconnect from the world helped me just kind of wear it. I will say as time went on, I had a few questions. So, because, Amanda identified as a stylish person, right? She'd often say, I'm going to be a stylist. And there were some times in some fittings, I was like, is that a joke when she says it, or is it real? Like, is it a joke that Amanda wants to be a stylist? And
fair question.
Fair, but confusing to a wardrobe person who's like, wait, what? And to a writer. So there were times, I'm sure we all went through it, where it's like, wait, where does the joke end?
Yes.
And the authenticity. And if Amanda, and by season 3 or 4, I had been to some fashion shows. We were so lucky when we were in New York. Suddenly it was
when we moved to New York with
we went
and then Pat Field came back, and then all of a sudden it was
when the fashion world became something I was sort of at least more interested in.
Yeah.
And then I looked at some of Amanda's choices, and I would go like, this doesn't feel how I would perceive this now. I was always aware though of like, I'm not the expert, and that's why we have wardrobe. And I was always trying to figure out like, she started out silly. You look at her, you don't even need, if you looked at Amanda in those tiny, tiny shorts, super high heels, and a tie.
I thought you looked good, girl.
Good with a side of, oh my God, what is that? Right?
Well, but I think that's fashion.
It is.
I think fashion is always like, that's good, but it's crazy.
But then there were times where it was like, is it just silly?
No, correct.
And I think we've even talked about this, where if you feel like it's wearing you.
Correct.
To the point of like, even with our characters, if something's wearing us, it's worth pausing and asking
Correct.
because if that's not part of the story,
Yes,
there were like, I remember 2 distinct times where I said, is this line, I was wearing some like painter's hat and like a boom box on a necklace around my waist. Like it was, and I had a line about becoming a stylist. And I was like, and I think I called Silvio. I was like, I just need to know if it's supposed to be funny. He goes, well, Amanda's always funny. I said, but does she mean it?
Is
Because
this gilding the lily?
Right.
Or just, I always say like, is this Amanda making a joke or is Amanda the joke? Like which one is it?
Right.
If I understand,
are we laughing with her or are we laughing at her?
and I always think sincerity, even in the most, I think sincerity is what makes it the most funny. So that there were times with the clothes where I just was like, I just want to ask, am I supposed to look ridiculous? And like, if you say yes, I will wear this all day long.
But even with Amanda, I just feel like, again, like watching it for the first time and like going through it, like from what I've seen thus far, it's just, I've been so happy and so tickled to like see Amanda like have an identity, you know, like that's developed like throughout the season, like where like she's a person, like she's not just I don't know, like she's not like some corporate siren kind of archetype.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
what
she's
did
a
you
real
think
person.
at the time? Like now, I mean, do you remember, what did you think other than that we shared clothing? Because I remember I would give you my jeans.
Yeah.
And you were 8.
Yeah.
And
Dax would give me all of her jeans.
But what did you think at the time? Like that we were grown-ups? Did you think I was a very serious person?
No, I don't think that I don't really,
that's how I
don't think
to
that
dress?
anyone, I don't really, because we weren't like you guys weren't serious people in that way.
Right.
Like you guys were my friends, but also kind of like, you know, like my elders in a certain way where like, it's like you respect the people that are older than you, but also I felt very welcomed into like the community and felt very doted on.
Good.
You know what I mean?
That was
like,
our job.
Like I felt very like doted on and was kind of like, yeah, no, like I have a seat at the table.
You always did.
Well, that's funny to say because I feel like
when I didn't.
We talk about sort of, you know, in the Suarez house, us meeting and being there with America and Tony and sort of having this like really amazing bonding experience, even just at the pilot, you know, like we had this really right away sort of like in sync. We knew that this was something, and like we knew that this was a really fun, and our characters had an immediate sort of connection, you know. And I wonder if that happened because I wasn't in the mode world in the pilot. Like I wonder if you and Michael, or you, like, was there a moment, or was shooting the pilot, did you sort of feel like, oh, I love this guy, I love her, I like we're in this together?
I think for sure I met Michael outside of our trailers on, I believe, 28th Street. And right away I was like, who are you? And we instantly just, something about him, it was like a magnet. I think where we also connected, we both definitely felt like outsiders. So I probably spent that first year going, I just want to deliver. And I think Amanda is an outsider in many ways. I wasn't necessarily like, Vanessa Williams and I are best friends for life, even though we are now. But I really was just, I didn't know how long the character would be there. Like there were so many, I didn't know, but I just wanted to keep going. And I think I probably observed more than I even let on at the time. Like I think I was constantly just watching and hoping that I was, you know, because you don't go to a set. I don't know about you guys. You don't go, how do you think I'm doing with this whole Amanda thing? Like, you'd be weird if you did.
Oh, totally.
But
y'all better speak for yourselves.
Well, but maybe when you're young. But my point is, I think like I was really trying to give off the impression that I belonged, and also like Amanda vibes are confident. Like, I would try to like bring that,
and that world is sort of, it is just a more aloof.
It's
world.
Aloof, and also I was reaching as far as who I am naturally and who that part was. There was a big gap that I didn't want people to necessarily know about. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I never would wear my slippers to set. Because if you see cozy Becki, I am not walking around. I'm just happy and cozy. And I didn't want someone to have the chance to say, oh no, that's not.
We fucked up. We made a mistake.
Right.
Yeah,
because
she's cozy Becki.
Just like, oh, she's not as mode-like. And I never wanted to give someone that chance. So I really think that, especially that first year, I was very focused on doing the best job I could and almost not letting too many people in. Because I was like, if you really knew me, I mean, now you guys know me. I've got 4 kids. I've been married for a million years.
Yeah.
I wasn't a 20-something partying fashion girl in any way. But I was playing it and having such a good time doing it.
Yeah.
One of my...
She met her husband on the subway, you guys.
I was already married when the show started. So it's
my God.
It was... Gosh, it feels like so long ago, but it feels like it was last week, right? It's
no, absolutely.
But I would say I always admired the connection of the Suarez. I wanted to be like adopted by the Suarez family and fed by the Suarez family. And when they brought Mark and Amanda, when they started crossing those worlds,
we talked so much about it.
That's where I really felt like, I think I felt like part of the team when they sent Mark and Amanda to the Suarez's house, and Mark goes, I have that same Jesus nightlight. Remember? Because it was a genuine Jesus nightlight, but for Mark, it would be kitschy. Yes. And I held onto his arm. And I remember Poppy gave me flan.
And just you shoveling that flan.
But like, I think that was season 1, right?
Yeah,
it was,
that was.
When I went like, oh, I might belong here. The outsider Amanda actually belongs very much in both mode and with the Suarez's. I felt like I was part of a team of players and an ensemble that they could put us all together in different ways. And I think that was really for me when I felt like I was going to be there a while.
I mean, that's one of the most iconic lines. There's an H in it.
Oh, the hola? There's an H.
But I think that like when Justin goes to mode for the first time.
Oh, I remember
that's at the very beginning of the first season and the Manolo Blahnik elevator scene.
Yep.
And I think that obviously was our first scene that we ever did together. And I remember being so because I had already become so comfortable, like just, we were shooting on like at the Suarez house, like whatever. And it's like mode felt like very over there for like my, and also when you're so young, it's like, it also feels real. Anybody would have felt
that way because it's also icier. It feels icy. It looks icy. And you're with your, I think that the showrunners, the producers, the writers were so brilliant to go right away. We're going to establish these very, very clear worlds, but we're not going to keep them separate planets because then you just have 2 different shows.
Correct.
So what a great thing to allow this ensemble.
So
you could put anyone together and you would get something you couldn't have expected.
It's true.
That's the part that you can't plan.
I know.
We had so much, and I just remember having so much fun that day because it felt so foreign and like
I remember how happy you were.
Like I was just so excited.
And we were so but by the way, what you're describing is I think how all of us felt all the time going to that job where we were playing and like let us to say, oh my gosh, it's almost my coverage, like this feeling of like we're all playing, like let me at it. And we all got to be at bat. And and I do think that like the characters were so distinct that we all got to watch each other and be like, like go. And tonally even all the characters were a little different, but like each really found their own space. And the quote unquote leads, like the top of the call sheet, as it were, right? Like America and Vanessa, like they also, I mean, America was so young. Yes.
She was a kid herself.
She was 21 when we started.
Totally. And she was so game to play. Yes. And Vanessa Williams was so game to play.
And
like
Judith.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Judith like invented playing. Like, but you remember at the table reads, like Judith would come and table reads.
Yes.
Are interesting. There are some people who just sort of flip through their pages. Judith would cry. Like Judith would deliver as though she was on stage. But that's what we were around, which is like, oh, you better not phone it at your table read or Judith Light will get you. Like it was really this like
show up.
Yeah, you show up, and if you don't, you're missing an opportunity. Like all of it was an opportunity.
Because we were
to show
all
up.
That's when we were all together at the table reads. That was like the one time when everybody was together.
And we
had so even the writers were there.
It was, I think, a reminder of like just that crackle of what we're about to do and what we get to do to
I haven't thought about that in a long time, Becki. That's actually a really amazing. Yeah, they were
and we
really
don't
fun.
do them like
no, we don't do table reads
anymore.
now. We don't have table reads.
No,
I mean, well, we do now, but it's all very like where you read like 5 episodes, like
No,
where it's just
no.
kind of
Ours
like it just
we
loses
couldn't
the
wait.
Well,
They
it
were like
loses
Tuesday
the
at lunch,
spark.
table read. and we
Correct.
couldn't
Well,
wait.
also we were doing,
and it was like once a week, and we would just go in
that was
and
the
just be
best.
like, wow, we all get to be together. And there's like, you know, we would get our little sandwich. And
we
like
were
sit
shooting
down and do it.
24 episodes.
That's, by the way,
that's right.
that's crazy. Now
It
that
was
I'm
heaven,
that
but
was
like,
heaven.
Ugh, I
but
miss it.
yeah, so I
China.
mean, we sort of, you know, it wasn't, you know, you couldn't do 5 episodes. There's no way.
No,
you know?
no.
So
well, they weren't written.
Yeah,
we're
that's
getting
true.
pages on set. Do you remember?
I remember that, and I remember, but that was for me. It was
The
like
fun.
I also wasn't comparing it to anything else.
Correct.
Right. So I was like, I mean, my thing was when the show ended, I was like, well, that's what being on TV show is like. No, it's not.
So
No, it's not
this is a
at all.
great
We
segue
always say
into a
that.
question. Is like, you know, we talk about this all the time, like just off the mic and everything, of just about how there's nothing in, at least that I've experienced, like subsequently, that has equated to the feeling that I feel when I talk about Ugly Betty, when I see you guys, when we just get the opportunity to like
Hang.
reminisce
Yeah.
and relive those experiences. Do you feel the same way?
I do. I think that that wasn't a job for any of us, right? That was a real life-changing experience. I can say personally, the age I was, where I was in my life, my father passed away during the show. Like when I think of how much my life shifted while this thing was happening, I think it's almost like when I felt the most me is like, I feel like I discovered me while on that show, which is why maybe we've all been able to maintain a feeling of closeness. Like we all really had no choice but to reveal ourselves. It's also heightened, right? We're going to these award shows.
That's right.
While that is
That's so
amazing from the
true.
outside, it's so terrifying. I remember being like, what are we going to wear? And
Yes.
so like we were in such a heightened place.
Yeah.
And we all moved together. We moved our
Yes.
lives from LA to New York. Like you don't go through that with people. So what we all went through,
And
on
it was
many levels.
most of us, it was our first.
So like
thing.
first thing and a huge thing.
Yeah.
No, how that affects your life, how that affects your relationships, your time, like your bank account. Like there are all
Correct.
these things where it's like you almost can't know what it's like unless you go through it with
Yeah.
people and mix that with the magic of the show. I believe we all liked it. We weren't just lucky to be on TV. We loved our show. We loved the material. We loved our characters.
Yeah.
So I think for that reason, I've never experienced something since where every single person could not wait to get to work, right? Like could
Yes.
not wait to get to work.
Yes.
And speaks about it in this way, that like that indescribable way. Like I wish I could bottle.
I know
What,
it.
and we kind of can, which is why when we talk about it, like something happens. Yeah, and I've been so lucky since to have some great jobs and gotten to do different things
course.
and made different connections. But I would say I stopped expecting any job to feel even remotely like that. And once I set that free, I've been able to really enjoy different
And lock in
and also have different experiences.
Yeah.
Like
that's how I feel as well. I and I know that Anna does, is like, you know.
Oh yeah.
you don't
feel the
talk
same
about
way.
a show 20 something years later,
That's
unless
right.
something magical happened
Well,
for every
I mean,
person.
when you travel, I mean, the thing is that I can't go if I leave the States. It's Betty.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
still to this day, like
Well, no one recognizes me anymore.
Oh, that's funny.
we'll be together and they'll be like, "Ugly Betty, oh my God, you're Hilda. I love you so. I love
Okay,
you so
but
much."
wait,
and I'm
that
like standing next to
That
him.
happens with me and Michael Urie. They're like, "Oh my God, Mark," and I'm like, and so that happens regularly with me and Michael, where nobody
by the
knows
way-
the way. Or worse, he'll go like, and he's super nice about it. They're like, "Oh my God, Mike, I loved you in Ugly Betty." And he goes, "This is," and they go, Yeah, more than once.
That's
More
it's me and
than
you,
once.
doll.
And I'm like, "It's
I'm
fine."
dead.
Because they're
Fine.
like, Anna, oh my God, Hilda!
and I'm
like,
standing next to him, and then I'll go. Well, this is Mark. This is Justin, and they'll be
and they're like, huh?
no.
Okay.
Huh?
That's funny. Well, okay. The difference is you were a child.
Well, I have a mustache now and I'm 31.
Right. Okay,
So
yes. I feel like there's a
I mean, yeah,
justifiable
sure.
reason.
They're like, y'all still talk?
Yes. Oh, I love that. They all know we all talk, though. I feel like now it's not surprising. People
it's
know
not,
we're all...
but the thing is that that's just, I just want to harp on it for one more
Harp away.
second.
Go for it.
Because it's it's really special. Like after like it being obvious, like for a lot of us, like it was my first job, but I mean, like what Becki is saying is like a lot of like her first job as well, like in terms of in that capacity that like I don't think that we were set up to like become friends forever though.
We
You know,
just
like
did.
from from
the 4
the
years
jump.
is a long time. Like 4 years is high school, right? So it's like that's
Right,
a long.
but I'm saying like
you're
from-
right. As
but,
far
like,
as how much we all value that experience.
like from the powers that be about like what the show like the fact that the show wasn't supposed to be what the show was.
Right.
Like we weren't. That's what I mean. But like we weren't set up to like be friends forever.
Yes,
and then,
I agree.
So there's some alchemy there. Like
all
like,
of it is.
But
We
we
were
hugged.
sprinkled with some magic.
I mean, you had us over to your house. I remember I have these amazing pictures of Chris with Paloma, my daughter.
yes,
Like in your,
Paloma.
it's like a lake or a pond. I don't know
Oh my
what's near
gosh,
your
in
house.
Connecticut.
Yes.
Yeah, we've all been like
Your mom's house.
Weren't you at Rex's baptism?
Yes.
Yes.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yo,
But
those
we've all,
Greeks
like-
do not play.
No, we don't play. And Michael,
everyone had
is,
babies.
Everyone had babies. Michael is my fourth child's godfather.
I know he was like, why did it take 4 kids?
That's really funny.
We'll ask him.
Wow, 4, it's a 4th kid. Mira, because Paloma is my son's godmother. I mean, Paloma.
on.
America is Rafi's godmother.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, well, I wasn't good enough to be Paloma's godmother.
Well, by the
That's
way,
very funny.
when that woman came on this podcast, she lamented that she wasn't given a more raucous.
Oh, yeah. She said we weren't happy enough
introduction.
in our introduction.
Did you we'll reshoot it?
No. We were like, too bad.
No, I said, Mark, keep it.
Keeping it. And keeping
Let's
this.
show her.
Keeping this
Yeah.
little attitude. She gets real jealous when we hang.
We showed up at
Aw.
7:30 a.m. because she was in
She's-
London.
Okay, right.
Gallivanting
As she
across the
should.
globe.
As
You
she
know,
must.
my Wellbutrin didn't hit yet.
Oh boy.
So Michael is your 4th babies. 4 babies.
I have 4 babies. I
Girl.
just, why not?
I
are their
did
Blame
ages?
the
love.
pandemic. I have Rex is 15, and then I have a 12-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
I can't.
I know. Right now, I'm basically on vacation because none of them are with me. Like right now, I'm like we're chilling. It's I absolutely, clearly love it. And
of course.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Did they all get baptized in that church? in that-
One of them in New York,
Okay.
but yes, the most recent one. So yes,
It was beautiful.
Your
you.
oldest son is the age that I was when we ended Ugly Betty.
Oh,
oh,
my
that is crazy.
So there's
That's
that.
crazy.
I
Just-
remember
just
him
food for thought.
at America's
He was
wedding.
at America's wedding. Yeah, it is. It is.
Paloma too, and Chris Gorham's little
I
girl.
remember Paloma in the trailers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And because I would just come in and want to stare at her.
No, I have the funniest story.
Oh no, tell me.
She was
Oh, no, I'm
probably,
so
first of all,
nervous.
I had to go to school. I had to go to
You-
work
2
like
weeks.
2 weeks
2
after she
weeks.
was
Mhm.
born. And I was so like, it was a nightmare. But you and America were so flipping cool and great. And I don't know, she was probably a month old and I had her in the trailer and I was super exhausted. And you guys came in and you just took her and you were like, go, like, relax.
Yeah.
And you just took her. And then America was like, oh my God,
Oh, I
she's
know
so
that
cute.
story. Oh,
and
Lord.
then Becki was like, she's so pretty. And America was like, and she's really smart. And Becki was like, yeah, but she's super gorgeous. And America was
Exactly.
like, and she's really funny. And she was like, but the most important thing is that she's a beautiful baby.
yeah,
And then-
I was
and
like,
America-
yes, I get it. She's brilliant. I get it. Fine.
And the two of you, I mean, I was dying laughing.
Now that I've had children while working, can we talk about the fact
Can
that,
we?
Can we just
Please
talk about
get into
you
it.
Yeah, I'll step out.
being pregnant on TV, but not playing a pregnant person?
No.
And
I was like,
being
all of a
able
sudden,
to
like,
do Hilda in this, and we're talking about how fun it was. It was intense. It takes a lot of focus and work, and
long hours.
Hours.
you had one. Wait, Paloma was
Just
season 3.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you did that. Like, yeah. I mean, I know
It takes a village.
it does take it, but you handled it as though this is what we do, right? You never once were like, time out, everyone. You just kept on going, kept being amazing.
I did yell at Victor Nelly once. It was like 3:00 in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah,
and
I
my
remember.
boobs were like filling up, and I was like, I need to breastfeed.
No,
or pump or something. You need some
but
break.
I had never seen. So again, like I had never seen. I'd never been on a show, but to see someone go through sort of pregnancy, having a baby, returning. So before that, it was sort of balancing like life and the show. And then you have a baby. And that is a lot more to manage. And psychologically, just like time management, all of it. And I've since then experienced this.
We talked about it.
I went back to Lincoln Lawyer 9 days after Dorothy was born.
Child.
But I remembered
that's
you.
That's quicker than me.
I remembered you in that trailer. And I remembered you were like, you just did it. And I remember I was like, how are you? And you're like, no, we're doing this now. And I was like, yeah, we're doing this now. Like I think that that's something I could not have appreciated. And I hope that it was appreciated enough. How much you didn't miss a beat, right? Like
you're
didn't.
So nice.
You didn't, and that's a really big deal.
You did an A.
Thanks,
for real.
Mama.
No, because you'd established this, like, I'm here, I show up, but like it, and I know now how much that must have taken on your brain and your soul that you just kept. I wish the two of us could sit in that trailer together with our baby.
Right, that's right.
But I hope that you had.
Well, I also had Ashley because Ashley was going through it too. Ashley had Frankie. I mean, she
was more secretive about. Like,
yes, she was, and she also wasn't in there as much as we were. You
That's
know what
right.
I mean? But
we were there like every day.
I was really. It was super hard enough, but I was really well supported, and the Terry and the producers and Mark Worthing, like everybody, like they put a crib in my dressing room. They, like my mother was on set like all the time. Lynn, Marky's mom, was basically like.
But you never. My thing was you never once made it seem. It was almost like you just handled it like, yes, this is. There was a way you approached it where it was just happening, and that was normal to have a baby on it. Like you made it seem like you had superpowers.
Thank
so
you,
that's
Mama.
like a very big deal. It
Thank
really
you.
is. Having your first baby on a show, wearing tight clothes, like that whole thing too. Like
I was with the laundry basket for a while.
Yeah.
You didn't catastrophize.
Not
You know what I mean? But seriously,
but
like
to
I'm
everyone's
saying
work
that
ethic. It's about work ethic,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Everyone is fun. We talk about how silly and crazy, like we worked our butts off, and that's a great example of not only are you. I don't know if you never talked about morning sex. You never once were like, I am 6 months pregnant or whatever you are. It was just, we're here to work.
Yeah.
And that
Right.
is the attitude when people around you have that. You're not allowed to feel sorry for yourself. You're not allowed to, like, someone else can't complain about, like, anything, right? Because you're carrying a child. So,
I'm 6 months pregnant.
right. And I think that work ethic, that, like, we are here to deliver is something that really.
I think we
I
all
agree.
had that. That was something really that was really on our set as well. And I just remembered speaking about your house in Connecticut and visiting your family and all, like even getting close to sort of like all the ripple effects of all the family. But your brother was on our show.
Yeah, he was in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
He played Mark's like love interest or like
Oh my
one
God,
night
the
stand
Bahamas.
Troy. Remember when we went to the Bahamas?
We all went.
Paloma
with
was in the
Paloma,
water.
I went
She
to-
was in the
Lo
water.
was in the
My
Bahamas.
mother-in-law tried to like swim with Paloma, and I was like, "Give the baby back!" Like so like we were all
No, those Greeks, they love
those
a
Greeks
baby.
love babies. So
I felt so good about it.
they're amazing
Because at your house in Connecticut, Chris just took Paloma and
Chris
went to
loves-
some like body of water. I don't know what it was. A
that was
pond,
a little
lake.
pond out in the front.
I don't know what it was.
But that is funny. This like ripple effect of all of.
He just took her and put her in
There
the water.
are
I was
so
like,
many.
look at
I
it.
need to.
Yeah, that's
I
very
need to-
Chris.
It's
I
very
need
fun.
to find the photos from the Bahamas. Of
Oh, I
all
have
of
some
us.
cute ones.
Like
all of us on the beach and like being away with everyone. That felt like
We
what
went
school
on
trips must
vacation.
feel
That's
like.
right.
But we also, it was like a school trip. Like
Yeah.
we all flew together. I think you and Paloma sat in front of us on the plane and there was a delay and you were getting mad. You're like, come on.
I was like, I got a baby.
yeah.
We're on
That
a
sounds
I
about
feel
right.
like she got her first passport for that.
She did.
I'm remembering a little. I needed to look at the tiny Paloma passport.
In fact, in
passport
the
photo.
picture, I had to hold her up over my head.
I think we need to find her first passport.
Where
Like,
I have
need
it. Oh,
to.
you know I have it.
But yeah, those are the kinds of things where like you probably wouldn't have remembered that
No.
unless like what we all went through is so far beyond the scope of like what was on,
That's
what
right.
ended up on TV.
That's right.
And I'm just so grateful that we all got to do that.
Now, before we're running out of time, but before we go, we just have to like, we have to like, you and Michael had your Still Ugly podcast.
Yes, we did.
So are we like feuding? Are we
no,
enemies?
we're not feuding.
Well,
we are
obviously
really
not.
happy that you guys are doing it.
Are we sworn
They've
enemies?
passed the
no,
torch,
we're
it
passing
seems.
the
They're
torch.
passing the torch.
We obviously all love talking about the show. Could talk about it forever.
clearly.
We didn't realize how difficult it is to get people into the same room.
Yes.
Right? Where it was like the actual logistical management. Look at Terry's like,
Yeah.
The logistical management was so hard.
So hard.
And Michael and I
and you're both working a
we were
lot.
we're both in LA
Yeah.
because he was doing a show and I was doing a show. And we're like, this is perfect. And you think you just grab an hour here and there. Impossible. So we were thrilled to dissect 13 episodes. And after that, we're like, and then he went back to New York. We just couldn't physically get together. So we are so happy that
Okay,
this is
so there's
happening,
no
continuing.
feuding, no.
Yeah.
Who said anything about
And
feuding?
guys, and by
What?
the way, I don't know
people
who was
becoming
talking
like,
about
no.
us feuding.
Yeah, people.
By
like,
the
Should
way.
we pretend we're in a war?
I would like it.
Oh
This
God,
question
I'm so
is
nervous.
crazy.
Oh God, I'm so
okay.
nervous.
So we have like some listener questions.
Oh no, I'm
but
so nervous. Now you have to ask
Okay.
me because we've talked about it.
Okay.
Can I reserve the right to pass? If
Correct.
It's that weird? Okay.
Absolutely.
No, it's
Well, now I
not
have
weird like that.
Okay.
No,
Like,
it's just
kind of
it's
like
a rambling. Okay, we'll just ask.
Okay,
it.
go.
Okay, this is from Lee Dalgetty. Hi, Mark and Anna. I am loving the podcast all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Ooh.
In my mind, that's where Christina is also from. Well, it is.
It is. So in your mind is
like
you're
your
accurate.
mind
Your
is
mind
actually-
is
Well
correct.
played. Well played.
I started watching the show when I was 9 with my mum, and it was my favorite thing in the world. I'm a journalist now, I think mainly because I wanted to be Betty. I have a very important question that has been plaguing me. Maude is so successful, more successful than Elle, apparently. Yet Amanda is at reception. She's a terrible receptionist. She doesn't answer the phone. When she does, she's so rude. Amanda's not a great first impression for Maude, and yet she makes it, though. Sure, she's Faye's daughter, but come on, have some skills, woman. Step your pussy up. Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not
In
a
season-
question.
no,
No,
wait.
but I love this. Bring this on because
Okay,
I'm loving this.
Good. In season 2, episode 12, Order in the Court, when Betty is getting totally off her tits on Claire's perfume, Amanda completely ignores someone on the phone because she's reading her mom's diary pages. How does she not get fired for being such a bad receptionist? P.S. I love Amanda and personally believe she should be the next first minister of Scotland.
Okay, here's what I think.
Okay.
This person completely understands Amanda. And I think Amanda deems herself essential. You know those people, like our friends, wherever, where they just show up everywhere and because they assume they're supposed to be there, you believe them?
Correct.
I think Amanda's like, I run this place, put on her headset, doesn't really answer it because it just depends. Like I might answer it, I might not. I think Amanda fucking decided
That's
that
right.
she owns that place and parked it right at that donut is what we called that little round
That's
thing.
Yep.
right.
No one told her to sit there. She's not fucking sitting here. She steals clothes. Maybe she gets paid, maybe not. Like I think Amanda.
We all need to be more
But like
Amanda.
Amanda decided. She's like, she would read this person and be like, what? Like that is exactly who I am. Like,
and what's your problem?
and what's the problem
My
here?
pussy is stepped up.
I think Amanda has no problem sending it to voicemail if it doesn't work for her. She's
There
like, I
you
just
go.
needed a sip of water. That phone will like,
Meanwhile, I'm trying to fight Lee.
don't fight Lee.
Like,
Lee gets it.
meanwhile, I'm
We're
like,
fight Lee.
Lee.
But Amanda would go, yeah, great.
Another
Sounds good.
thing
Well,
is,
Becky Newton likes it.
I
so
love it,
good
Lee.
for
I think
Lee.
you completely encapsulated that character.
when we do the reboot in,
Yes, duh. We all
When?
are.
okay,
Come on, who's
so
not?
we also had a funny thing with Richard Shepard when I don't even know how
I love him.
Yeah,
I love him so much.
he's so brilliant.
Yes.
He's doing it.
yes.
So we were saying like what is everybody doing? Like where are they now? And he said, "Oh, Amanda's still a receptionist."
Yes.
Of course.
But she's like, I don't want to work that hard and like move my way up. Can I just answer the phone and look cute? Like
she
will
knows what
deem-
she's good at.
she knows what she's good at. She knows that when she feels like it in any given day.
Is Amanda married?
No.
Maybe like a couple times, who cares?
It's like a gay guy.
Maybe, but like not
A
really.
lavender marriage.
Yes, like or tried it, it didn't work, so who cares? Like I just think her identity is this fashion world and these people and being there and being the face of it. Like that's where, you know, I don't think Amanda would ever want to be home without everybody.
That's
I think
right.
deep down, she's like, where's Betty? Like I do think it gave her this place of
Yeah.
these people, whether she's making fun of them or emulating them. This is like who she was always meant to be. So
That's
you will
right.
never get her out of that reception desk, even if nobody's calling.
Jeez.
Well, we love you to
Oh my
death
God.
so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you
you
so
guys.
much,
Thank
Bex.
you.
That was
Incredibly-
awesome.
We could talk to you for
all day. I'll be back.
We reserve the right.
You reserve the right.
We reserve the right to bring you back whenever we want.
Anytime you want.
And also, where do we find you? What are you working on? What's the vibes?
So we're about to start season 5 of Lincoln Lawyer.
Get it with Daylin, who was a writer on Ugly Betty.
I love her.
She's brilliant, Cubana, amazing.
She's amazing. And I, in my wildest dreams, did not think I would be standing in court talking about law. But here I am, and I love it. So it's yet another one of these.
And you look great doing it, doll.
Well, thank you. I love it so much. And it's been a whole different kind of challenge. I've had 2 babies while on this show, which is why I bow down to you. And I am incredibly just grateful to still be working in this business, in this city.
We're so grateful
that
you say
that,
Becki Newton.
Yeah, I love
in this city.
And
shooting in LA.
By the way, anywhere. But the fact that after all these years, I am still finding so much joy and loving what I do. So,
watch the Lincoln Lawyer.
Yes.
We will have this lady back soon.
Anytime. Lee, ask more questions. Hard-hitting ones.
Yeah. We need more Lee questions.
Get Lee on next time so we can talk to her.
We love you,
We
Becki
love you
Newton.
so much.
Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye. Bye.